using the remote protocol, which I'm sure you're all very well aware of now. I would just remind you if you could keep the noise down in the background, turn any phones to silent, just to make it easier for us. And if you do experience any sort of feedback, if you can just turn your camera off, then that sometimes helps, but you can still hear what's going on. During the meeting, Mike, do you want to say something?
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. Sorry, I saw that Neil's hand was up. I wasn't sure whether he needed to say something.
Neil, I missed it.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. I was just making you aware, Chair, that I have neither of the drivers yet in the lobby. I don't know if you wanted me to try and get hold of them.
I do wish you to, if you could, I'll just hold up for a few minutes just to give you a bit of time, even if it's just the first one on the agenda. If you could just let us know if you can, if they intend to come or not.
Okay, I'll make those calls now.
Thank you, Neil. Thank you very much. Okay, where was I? Yeah, the protocol. If you do have experienced difficulties with your IT for any reason, if you could contact Nicola, by which way? By email or phone, Nick? You're on mute.
Sorry, Chair, email's probably better.
Okay, by email it is then if you have any difficulties. And Nicola will at all times be noting how many members are here so that we are quorate at all times if there's a sudden drop in members, which hopefully hasn't happened, but might do one day, we never know. Okay, there's one other thing that I would like to ask members of the committee not to do. It is to put any comments in the chat box. The chat box, it can be there to raise a hand or to notify any member of the committee that they're having difficulties, but not for comments, because we are recording at the moment and we will continue to record until after the roll call. But after that, we switch the cameras off. We are in private session. And then if you do put something into chat, people can access it after the meeting, which is not what we intend. So just limit your observations to audible expressions during the meeting. So that's basically a new sort of instruction, because members were using it and it is handy. I understand that you haven't got to wait for the chair to notice you. You can put something down, but as a council, we've made a decision not to use the chat for that sort of purpose. Now, Neil is at the moment trying to get hold of the two applicants remaining, because he's got a comment about one of the cases that were on the agenda. So we're just going to have to wait just a few moments to see if he can contact them and encourage them to dial in. So that's it for the time being. We'll just have to wait for Neil. Oh, just something else I should bring to your attention. Neil has kindly put in the chat bar the document regarding the suitability of applicants, and it's for your notes. So if you want to look something up there, he's kindly supplied that. We normally get it as a little plastic folder if we're in person meetings, but okay, yes, Nicola, a good decision. Nicola, we'll do the roll call now while we're still waiting for Mr. Chapel.
Okay, thank you, Chair. Okay, we first have Councillor Suzanne Paterson, Chair.
Hello, yes, I'm the chair of the licensing committee and I am present.
Thank you. Councillor David Whitelock, Vice Chair.
Yes, present. Thank you, Nicola.
Thank you. Councillor John Miller.
Present.
Thank you. Thank you. Councillor Chris James. That's fine. I don't think Councillor James is here. Councillor Regina Isaac.
You're muted.
Yeah, Nicola.
Thank you. Councillor Christopher John Jones.
Yes, present, Nicola.
Thank you. Councillor Hugh Jones. Don't think we have Councillor Hugh Jones here, Chair.
Absent, right, okay.
Councillor Jane Jones.
I'm here.
Yes.
Thank you. Councillor Arthur Davis.
Here.
Thank you. Councillor Nicola Davis. I don't think we've got Councillor Davis here neither, Chair.
All right.
And Councillor Carolyn Edwards.
Present.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
if you would
then,
mark the apologies, Nicola, and then also note the absentees.
Great, thank you. And could I just check on the officers? We've got Mike Shaw with us.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair. Good afternoon, members.
Good afternoon.
Thank you, Mike. And then we have Neil Chappell here as well, that I believe is sorting out.
Yeah, so we can see him on the telephone at the moment.
Yeah, that's fine. Neil Chappell. That's lovely. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you.
Sorry, Chair. Can I just come in, please? I'm having trouble having connection. Councillor Hugh Jones is present. Okay.
Oh, right. Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, there we are. That's great. Thank you.
Councillor, you can hear what's going on, can you? And you're in the meeting.
Yes, it's all sorted now. Yes.
Oh, lovely.
Thank you.
Okay.
The sound is not good in this meeting.
Is it sufficient for you to carry on with the meeting, Jane?
Yes, of course it is. Yes.
Okay, that's all right then. Okay. Neil, yes, have you an update for us?
Yeah. Are we in private session yet?
Not yet. No.
Okay.
We've taken the roll call. I can do that if it's going to be beneficial.
Yeah, if we can go into
Okay.
private, because then I can explain what's happening.
Okay then. So I'm going to part 1 of the agenda. Number 1 is declarations of interest, and I am going to delay that until we go into private because I don't see there's much point before we know who are the applicants. So number 2 is urgent items. I have none. So item 3 is access to meetings that we, pursuant to section 104A(5) and following paragraph, I'm not going to read the whole thing out, that we actually go into a private session. So can I have someone to move, please?
I move, Chair, that we go into private.
Thank you, Vice Chair.
Seconded.
Seconded. That's excellent. So we now are in private. So if you could stop the recording, Nicola.